And we are back again. It's your friendly neighborhood film watchers. It's Frankly Football in the building. I am your humble host, Brandon, and I got my man, Honey Graham, with me. It's Set It Off, Chris. How you feeling today, Chris?
Dog days of training camp, baby.
Yes,
Just
sir.
want to get in quick and hot and fast, man. And had a couple of dishes, man. We did a video that we kind of thinking about. We was putting things out. This came out, that came out, but then we had a little addition. So we're gonna kind of run down this linebacker group, man, that we have with our newest addition, man. So break it down for me, B.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't get to uploading the linebacker video yet because now we got the chance to redo it, rehash our thoughts with the
Right.
addition of Anthony Barr. As some people will put it, this is our shut up signing for the year.
Mm,
Um, the Cowboys a couple days ago, I think it was day before yesterday on Wednesday, signed Anthony Barr to their
right.
team. And I think that this is a good signing because it puts less stress on certain guys. So we're here today to talk about this position group and the battle that this group as a whole is going to have throughout the rest of training camp. Now,
Right.
I feel good about them doing this now because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you may have teams that will sign a guy a week before their first game or 2 weeks before their first game,
Right.
and
Right.
that guy may not have a fair shake if we're being honest. So
Right.
I'm really happy that they brought in Barr pretty early into training camp. I think it's really only been going on a week, maybe two. They saw a problem and they addressed it. What do you
Got you.
think?
I mean, I like the fact that they went and got Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr is 30 years old. Former first round pick. Uh, Played great seasons up in Minnesota. 4-time Pro Bowler, and he's kind of like the band aid to Jabril Cox. And what I'm saying is that last year the Cowboys they did that with Malik Hooker and Jamon Casey. They went and got those two guys, and so we looked and said, hey, both of these guys have kind of had injury prone, backgrounds, whereas Hooker has a tendency of always getting hurt. KZ was coming off an Achilles, so both of those guys. So we were like 17 game season. If we can get 8 games out of Malik Hooker, 8 games out of KZ, we feel great. 17, 9, 10, whatever, and it would be good. And it worked out great for us because as the season went on, KZ showed his deficiencies. Malik Hooker shows his attributes. And it made us to the point we said, hey, let's keep Malik Hooker. He's had a whole season where he's been that guy. And we brought in a draft pick to kind of bolster that. We already had Israel McQuamu. We went and got the young cat out of FAMU, got him. And so we kind of got another guy who can play that over the top spear type, on top of the roof type free safety. But Malik Hooker being the real prize. I think with Barr, we make him the kind of guy who can buffer our linebacking core because we want to first and foremost always keep Micah as the chess piece.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yeah,
Right. Micah
absolutely.
must be the chess. Micah must be the queen. Micah must be the piece that can move all across the board. But then when you go, like you say, in in a base package, you can run out. It really depends on who you're playing that week. If you want to get after the passer, hey, we're gonna put Cox, we're gonna put Barr, we'll put Micah out there. If you kind of want to do more pass coverage type stuff, you want to put Micah, you want to put Cox out there. If you want to, kind of thud it up in the middle, you can put Barr, you can put LVE, you can go with an in-game rush package with Micah at the end. So it gives you the ability to move those guys around and mix and match them depending on who you're playing with. So I love the addition of Barr. I don't need him to be I don't need him to be Pro Bowl Barr. I just need to be him be better than Keanu O'Neal because Keanu O'Neal was kind of a liability as a linebacker last year.
Absolutely. And I agree. I don't need him to be Anthony Barr from 2015 or 2016. But I just need him to be able to split time with Leighton Vander Esch and just take time off of each of those guys' bodies because they've both missed time over the last 2 years. Anthony Barr more time than LVE. But
Right.
I just need them to both take times off of each other's bodies and help the team equally. Um, you can
If
see
I can,
where you can see
mhm,
where the Leighton benefited from that last year. So
yeah,
they're trying to replicate to get those same results.
right. I think if you can keep Leighton clean, like you've done by bolstering Neville Gallimore and Osa in the middle, and then limit his number of snaps, uh, I think that works out perfect for them, and they can have the ability to kind of bring some other guys in the fold, kind of get them their so-called red shirt season.
Yes,
Damone Clark, maybe a guy on the practice squad like a Stoney Jackson, guys like that, and then next year draft another premier linebacker, have Clark come in, have Jabril Cox a year away, a year removed from his injury, and Micah continue to perform like Micah, then you can continue to make another deal. Say, hey, LV, you want to stick around? Same deal, you know, and or let him walk.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, man, Steven ain't paying nobody. Steven is great at getting people exposure and getting them paid elsewhere. We can go down the list of guys. Go ahead. Go
Absolutely.
ahead, B.
I definitely agree about that. Anthony Barr would just be the next one in the long list of guys who, have come to Dallas to get exposure. That's a great buzzword that you used. To produce and then go on to somewhere to get a good contract. Robert Quinn is an example of that. The receiver Randall Cobb was
Randall
a
Cobb.
great
Yep.
example of that.
Mm-hmm.
There are a multitude of guys who have come in, performed in their wandering year in Dallas, and then have gone on to a better contract elsewhere. I'm okay with that in this position because, like you mentioned, we have Damone Clark, who is an injured player, but would have been a very highly touted draft pick. Once we hopefully get him back in a healthy position after this year is over, he can come in and step in and where Anthony Barr would have had that role.
I mean, you get him into the building a whole year removed from his injury, and I mean a complete full year removed from his injury, and then him working out, doing what he needs to do, he gets a full season of off season peanut butter to bolster his body as well as learn the game from that position, and that's really a great situation for him. But then you also get the ability to go back next year and dip into the draft and pick another linebacker and revamp this and continue to build onto this linebacker core. Because right now, if you're looking at your defensive line, you're pretty much set. You got three guys. You got two guys the year before. You got another guy the year before with Neville, Osa, and with not D-Law. Golly, just put on the weight. I keep messing up this dude's name.
Uh,
Come on, see, you can't even remember who it is.
the edge,
Yeah, Chauncey Golston. So
yeah,
you get
Golston.
Chauncey and Osa. See what the forgotten guy. You get Chauncey, and you get Osa. You got Neville. You can bring the D line. So the D line room is kind of stacked. The
Yes,
linebacker room is where you're kind of missing bodies because last year at this time we were thinking about who was going to play because you had Jalen, LVE, you had Micah, you had Jabril, you had Queon O'Neal. Now this year you just need maybe one, maybe two bodies because Micah's so versatile. So
yes.
I think it's a good deal with the linebacker core. I think you got a little bit of depth. And I think you got some guys in the background who, maybe, God willing, nobody gets hurt. You won't have to bring them up as fast as you want to. Your
But
biggest thing going into the year was find somebody to replace Francis Bernard. I think you got those guys on the team. Now you're trying to find a guy who can replace LVE.
yeah,
Who would have thought a
absolutely.
guy, first round draft pick, would turn around and be the guy you're trying to get rid of?
Now that leads me to my follow up question. This is the part of our Camp Battle series. Who do you think wins in that I guess green dot role? Does Anthony Barr take that green dot from Leighton Vander?
No, I don't think he takes that from Leighton Vander.
Why
I
not?
think I think one, he's been in this system with Quinn. This will be his second year in it. We know who Barr is, but Barr, I don't think we need Barr on the field that much between J-Ron and LVE. I think one of those guys will be on the field at all times at particular points. So if you turn around and hey, we're gonna go heavy, or we're gonna go in kind of a blitz package or a heavy rush package, J-Ron's gonna be in. If J-Ron's not on the field, you can have LVE in. I just don't think I don't ever want Micah with the green dot. I probably don't want Micah with the green dot until not next year, but the year after.
Yeah, I agree with you. Mainly because
Yeah.
I want Micah to play as instinctually as possible.
Right.
I don't want to have to make him think about his job. I want him to
Yeah.
do what comes natural.
Yeah.
Now the Cowboys will run a base 4-3. Who are your three guys? Well, who are the other two guys alongside Micah Parsons?
Well, it depends on who you're playing that week. If I got a run heavy football team, if I got a team that wants to run the ball at me, then
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Micah. I'm gonna go with an LVE. And then I may go with Jabril Cox because he can chase guys out the backfield. If I got a more passy dime package, I'm going with Micah and I'm going with Jabril. If I got a thump in the middle, I'm gonna go with maybe I'm gonna go with an LVE and Anthony Barr. I have the ability to mix and match what I want to do. I'm going to dictate to the defense how I want to run at them. So if that's how I want, that's what I'll do. And so for me, if I'm starting my 4-3, I'm gonna roll out Micah, Anthony Barr, and Jabril Cox.
Yeah, I think that's where I agree. Mainly because I want to, as I said at the beginning of our session here, I want to limit as much impact on LVE's body as possible.
That's possible.
So if that means trotting out Anthony Barr first, then yeah, I'll do that. If I think that the sweet spot in a 65 game, defensive soiree, I'm trying to give Leighton 25 snaps.
Nah, he's better. Now, see, I know how much you love the GOAT, man. I know how much you love the GOAT. And every time you get around that 25, you're trying to reference to the GOAT Jeff Heath. No, he's better than 25 snaps, man. He's a 30, 35 snap guy. And the biggest thing with LVE is just keeping him clean. If you keep LVE clean and he can just run and roam, he's a problem. He's a good linebacker. But I think you really want to keep Jabril. I'm going to keep Barr and Jabril at 30 to 35. I kind of want LVE at 40, maybe 45 snaps. I mean, because
his body don't want that though. His mind might want it, but his body don't.
No, the first 6 weeks of the season, that's where I need him at. By the time I get to the bye, if he's playing like that, going into the bye, I'm winning because then I can dial him back so that he's at his freshest for the back half of the season and going into the playoffs.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because I have to get Barr up to speed. Anthony Barr, the most games he's played in the last 3 years is 14 games. Yeah. So if I can get that to 16 to 17 by limiting his snaps and then getting Jabril Cox on his knee a year removed and into week 5, 6, and 7, and him starting to be feeling more and more comfortable, then that's what I need. So these first 6 to 8 games, I need Barr and Cox to be tandem at 35-30, 35-40, you know what I'm saying, 30-30, whichever one, 30, 35, 40 snaps. And I'm leaning a little bit more heavily on LVE and Micah just being Micah.
Yeah. Whatever set we're doing, I definitely want Mike on the field for as many snaps as possible. I agree with you there.
Oh yeah, Micah better have a daggum oxygen tank set over there beside him. I need him on the field at all times. The times when he ain't on the field, yeah, man, I'm just praying that everybody else, do something spectacular, man. But I want Mike on the field as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
man.
it.
Absolutely, man. So here is, I guess, my last statement. Because linebacker is one of those positions where they're like your special teams coach best friend. Just because they got the frame for special teams. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. Do you feel like because we got a lot more linebackers than the 4 or 5 guys that he mentioned today. Any of these guys that you feel good about, like Stoney Jackson? Any of these other guys?
No. I mean, I just need them guys to run down on special team with Israel Nkwamu and with Nashawn Wright, and them guys and go just make tackles,
Yeah.
Kelvin Joseph on the outside as a gunner. I just need them guys to go do that, man. But those young guys, they're kind of just, holding a spot. Stoney you can say Francis Bernard and Stoney Jackson the same voice, and they like one of the same guys to me. Malik Jackson, the guy that he got from Indianapolis, I just need him to come and be a special teams guy, be a core, solid special teams guy. But my four main guys on playing linebacker are who we talked about: Micah, Jabril Cox, Anthony Barr, and LVE. I don't want to see none of them guys on the field this year. None of them. Because once that happens, I know I'm in big trouble. Because we're so top heavy in that room that the level goes so far down that if one of those four guys aren't playing on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree.
Yeah, man.
So anything else you got about linebackers today?
Nah, man. Hey, listen, man. I'm glad we got a guy. We got to make another addition here. But it's not going to be on the defensive side of football. We got to make an addition on the wide receiver side of the ball. But we'll probably talk about that a little bit later, man, when we come back, man. But as always, man, we just hashing this thing up, man, kicking it back and forth between two guys who love football with their whole hearts, man. And we love the Dallas Cowboys like you love the Dallas Cowboys. So you've been with us this long, man, go ahead and hit the like button, man. Get us in the algorithm, man. It's free currency. It don't even cost you nothing, man. It's free. Bow, hit me, set your boy up. Then if you turn around, if you've been this long, go subscribe. So we drop these dope content, man. You can come and kick it with us. Drop a comment, man, so we know how you get some feedback going, man. Because as always, man, I am his Robin. He is Batman, man. I am your man, Set It Off Chris, man. Now with my man BH. And together we make up Frankly Football. And as always, until next time.
Peace.